Hello, fellow great again, and welcome to another luxurious installment of Make America Great or Die Tryin'. I'm your host, FrozenRelic, and in this episode, we might do drone strikes because I just found a dead pixel in my brand new monitor. I am extremely upset right now, but the show must go on, so if you remember, last time we instituted some prisoner tagging and some citizenship tests and a little bit of wiretapping for fun. We have GDP going down, and that's not a good thing, and crime going down. In this episode, I am going to at least plan to lower some income tax, maybe look into some rural grants. We got to look into the brain drain situation that we have going on. And you know what? That tobacco tax that we've been teasing for the last few episodes may actually show up. We're going to have to see what is happening with the last half of our year 3, but I'm definitely considering it. So let's take a look at our quarterly report to jump into this. As I mentioned, GDP is definitely going down. Crime is going down, though, so that's definitely a plus. Internet crime, this situation is now at an end, and that's nice and all. We actually never paid attention to this. It just did it on its own. The global economy is in a recession, and this is having a negative effect on our GDP, so this is just a double whammy on us. Thank you, global economy. We have a policy question here about child labor laws. At this point, I'm thinking, let's just mandatory working at 4 or 5 years old, something like that. We are at 68% popularity, so definitely going up. This is definitely what we want to see coming into the close of year 3 on this video. The Great Again Party is surging nicely, over 14 million people. The cabinet that we have is loyal and fair. They're becoming really, at least half of them, a big pile of meh at this point. The Warriors are still upset about something. We're gonna have to look into their numbers. So let's go ahead and jump into this. All right. So I have 34 political capital. I'm gonna jump right in here, and this capital return is at 22, it's kind of the minimum threshold, I think, and we'll see if this goes down to 21. If so, I may just make some moves here. There's some other important issues right away though that I want to get to, but Andrew Gonzalez, he's right at 2, but Earl James has decided to pass him up, and he's dropping pretty good at 1.7. Mostly because of the liberal sympathy. Our welfare guy, though, who's Parents and Patriot, we need more Patriots. If we had all Patriots, we would have some really killer political capital per turn. So yeah, there's that. It's kind of sad face, but we'll go on. Show must go on. Here's the intelligence briefing. Not too much going on, really. The groups in question are kind of holding. Freedom League and Warriors and Patriot Army at 158. They're not really doing much. Everything else is pretty much on a decline. The Business First group is going up a little bit, but we have the police drones. We also now have 100% wiretapping. We took that huge hit with liberals, but it's definitely going to pay dividends. And we still have the CCTV cameras that could show up. I don't think they're going to show up right now. I don't really think there's a reason to. And there's, I swear, I really want to get to that tobacco tax. So let's go over here. We'll see if we can do it. Look at the opinion polls real quick. See if anything's really kind of jumps out. Really not too much. Although ethnic minorities group has a nice uptick going, so that's definitely a plus. I'm not going to look at focus groups right now. We'll come back to them when we start our final year in this term, and we'll kind of go through that a little bit. Same with policies, more or less, just kind of towing the line. As far as changes go, though, the crime's down 78% now, so it continues to go down. So that is very, very nice. Violent crime, of course, just kind of sticking around. Tech's going up a little bit. Foreign relations is going down. Where are we at? Oh, yeah. So I was looking for immigration. Immigration is still down. I actually am kind of wondering if this is a cap. I've never played around with getting this lower than this point, so maybe it is some sort of cap. I'm actually kind of wondering why anybody's coming at this point, but whatever. So let's see. Food prices are going down. Traffic congestion is going down. We're actually getting uptick on our industrial automation. Tobacco use continues to decline. Of course, the GDP as well. Looking at our compass, we're still going towards capitalist, but we're definitely coming down. You can see quite a gap here, and then it just continues to come down. And I'm just thinking, this actually might just kind of level off here with some of the changes I'm looking at for this particular playthrough. Financial data. There we go. Income's gone down. Now, if I can actually get to the tobacco tax, then this is something that's definitely going to go up. One of the nice things is you do see that we started getting some control over the expenditures. We'll see. This is going to go up a little bit. I have a few more things to do. Let's see. All right. So one of the things I wanted to look into was, no, not this, is I believe there's a rural grant somewhere in here, because we definitely need to figure out how can we help the farmers. This is a group that kind of have ignored. Could have swore it was in here. Let's see. Well, there's organic farming subsidy. Like I was saying, oh, there it is. Rural development grants. This is what I was looking for. Okay. So, as technology advances and more citizens take jobs in our cities, there's a danger that poverty and unemployment will rise to unacceptable levels in the countryside. So, rural development grants do distort the free market, but they also support rural businesses and prevent poverty among farmers and other rural occupations. So, this is something that definitely want to do. The downside here is it's going to take 6 quarters to implement. We are coming up at the end of year 3, so hopefully I get reelected. Otherwise, the next person is going to reap these rewards. Actually, let me back up for a second. I just realized the political cost on this thing, for whatever reason, is 27. This is a heavy hitter, which means if I do that, then quarter 3 is definitely not getting. Quarter 3 of year 3 is definitely not getting a tobacco tax. So I'm gonna think about that for 1 sec. I need to check out one more thing, but it's not bad. It's gonna cost $9.43 billion at max. It's got really great popularity, and it's something that I definitely want to do. We definitely want to help out our rural people. So, oh yeah, Mars program. Actually, I could do the. Oh, I have just enough. So the other thing I want to do is I actually want to reduce the income tax a little bit. I think I got to check those reputations again on that, but I think I want to reduce it down to like a 20%, and yeah, and then check the brain drain situation and go from there. Also, the tobacco tax is going to help offset the income tax reduction, I think. Now, tobacco use has been going down, so I'm going to have to double check this, but at last check, it was something like at max $96 billion a quarter. So let's get out of here. Let's look at this first. 27 to raise. I mean, good God, but we got to do it at some point. So yeah, because tobacco usage is going down, this is at 90 billion, right? Or I wonder if I actually don't know if the tobacco use going down is affecting this. I actually think it's Earl James here, who just is completely ineffective, because the effects are minus 6%, and the income's minus 1%. It's a little bit of both. Okay, so at some point I definitely want to do that. What I'd like to do though is start advertising cigarettes. Like, yeah, go ahead, smoke them up. We need your money. So revert this. Get out of here. And I think to keep this kind of short, I actually just want to check brain drain real quick. So this is an event that is really kind of costing us, hurting our GDP. Just capital membership or whatever, but who cares? Because that'll be fine. Productivity as well. So yeah, so I think what I'm gonna do here is go to the income tax first, because to lower it is 7 political capital. So let's take, so we're at 589. If I go down to just, gosh, boy, we are really playing with fire here. If I go down to even 26, it's kind of a win. If I go down to 20, gonna lose like $200 billion a quarter. Gonna gain back, so gain with the capitalists, gain with middle income, gain with earnings, lose with socialists, and lose with equality. But I think this is something our persona would do, even though I mean, so we're gonna lose $200 billion a quarter. So even if we do the tobacco tax at maximum and get the maximum, we're not even at 50% of this back, but not too bad. So I'm actually going to go ahead and do this. Welcome everybody. There you go. Yay! More money in your pocket. That was quite a decrease, actually. Maybe we should just like see if we can't go completely bust here. All right, so we went ahead and we reduced the income tax. The rural grants, I think it may actually just do that. That's actually going to zero out political capital. That's going to make this last fourth quarter a little crappy with what I wanted to do. Well, oh, so we also have a skill shortage here, and I just think there's tech colleges. This is what I was looking for. We're already at high though. Wow, I thought, one sec. So 13 to 15. This really isn't doing too much. Thought it was gonna be better than that. Shared textbooks. We could raise this a little bit to modern textbooks. Where are we at? It's gonna take $30 billion to go up to modern textbooks, or more. Or we can go to wooden school huts. That's a win, huh? So we're at 100. We could get back $80 billion a quarter by just basically not educating anybody. Sounds like a pretty good win. Of course, I'm not going to do that, so let's revert this. We're already at a ridiculously low level. All right, you know what? Let's go ahead and... Man, I'm actually 1 point away from CCTV cameras as well. You know what? Let's go ahead and do these rural grants. Let's just do that because I want to do them. So yeah, let me just make sure I wasn't mistaken. Yep. All right. So this is going to take all our political capital, which basically is going to end this particular turn, which is fine. We are going to max it out, so 9.43 billion. It's 87% popularity with voters. Implement this. No going back now. And by the way, so there we go. Farmers going to love us. Unemployment's going down. Oh, yeah, stop that. Unemployment's going down. Yeah, we're actually getting a farmer membership as well. I think this is probably a good win with us. Let's hope we see these numbers at the polls. Click. All right, so we did rural grants. Got that out of the way. We dropped the income tax for everybody, 20%. I think that's a big win. Big win. And we're at zero political capital. Let's go ahead and, oh, that's right. I forgot about the child labor. Wow, how did I forget about that? Okay. So too many of our younger citizens are leaving school early in order to take up low-paying jobs. Some are even skipping school to work full-time when they should be learning. No learning, just earning. So the law is currently very weak with regards to preventing companies from employing under 16s in full-time positions. The proposed law would make it a criminal offense to knowingly, wink, employ someone under 16 for more than 5 hours a week. Okay, so our two options. We can criminalize child labor, so let's see. We can make speeches about how children should be in school until we are blue in the face. But unless we back up our words with legislation and the threat of criminal action, our children will continue skipping school to earn money. We must back this law for the sake of our children. Although, if you want to be like thinking about that for a second, so you're saying the children don't have rights, they don't have their own freedoms. I mean, what about free will and all this stuff? So in this particular scenario, they're actually saying, hey, I want to go work because I happen to like money. So, I mean, who am I to like tell a child that no, you're not allowed to work. I know you want to, and I know you want money, but... So our second option is to just leave things alone. Like, government's not going to get involved here, right? So this law is unnecessary. The children who are skipping school are unlikely to be those who would pay attention in class anyway, and they're contributing to the economy by working instead. Also, we are running the risk of criminalizing small businessmen who may not know the age of people they employ on a casual basis. So we are going to actually leave this law unchanged. Click. All right, now we can end our turn. So let's go into the last part of year number 3. Let's fudge some employment figures, doing some retirement stuff, and... Oh, achievement. Crime-free utopia. Like nowhere else, the citizens of this country can now walk the streets safely and sleep sound in their beds knowing that crime is practically consigned to the history books. You're welcome, America. You're welcome. Okay, let's see what we got here. Okay, so right away, my eye just spotted something very terrible going into year 4. But okay, getting ready to go into year 4. So our GDP is down, of course. Health is up. We have a curb banking bonuses question. Debt crisis is now a thing. We've got a global recession. But the big one here, oh, by the way, we have almost 31 million Greatikins now, which is just awesome. We are exploding. However, here's the problem over here is our potential popularity votes has just dropped all the way down to 47. I mean, we were just pushing into amazing territory. And now this is really just sad face. So our cabinet's loyal and fair, and blah, 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 blah. Well, this is just sad. This is really a downer. What we might end up having to do... I may have to avoid the tobacco tax one more time and look for some popularity points. I don't know. Let's click this to continue. Okay, so I'm still at 22 capital. And, yeah. These two idiots. So Earl James and his brother from another mother, Andrew Gonzalez. Yeah. Man. Okay, well, these guys are just... At least Andrew Gonzalez he's slow, and, you know, he's kind of slowly going down, but Earl James is just in a race for the bottom. But fortunately, we have a couple people here who are picking up the slack, and I think 22 is okay. I'm not going to waste 10 capital to reshuffle the cabinet just yet. So, yeah, so now I'm kind of like, well... Let's just kind of go through this really quick. Yeah, not too much has changed here. That's fine. Let's look through here. Anything really... This normal stuff. So farmers did go up. So there was the thing we enacted last time. Everyone, look at this. Just everyone just declined. Middle income declined. We have some things that are going to start coming into effect, so maybe this will help out if we can get reelected. Normal focus group. Oh wow, wow. So Robinson here is 0% approval, not having any of it. 100% chance of voting. So unless we run over her on her way to vote. I'm just kidding. We're not gonna run over anybody, but maybe drone strikes. I don't know. Somehow we've got to do something here. And then yeah, I'm gonna look at some of these popularity things in a second. Yeah, we saw crime. All this stuff is kind of going the same route. Where's it? Oh, tobacco usage is declining even further. Middle earnings is really taking a dive, and yeah, we're continuing to go towards capitalist. We're going a little more liberal than I thought, so I'm not sure what that's about. But let's kind of look over here for a sec. Oh yeah, so car tax. Yeah, we could get actually a nice little bit on by doing car tax. But it's not really doing anything for us as far as popularity goes. I mean, we are the popularity president, so whatever popularity wants. I do see gated communities at 60%, so seven to raise. We don't really. By the way, God, the delay is really ridiculous. 3 years. Also, we're not really gaining anything here, so I'm getting out of that. Again, I'm trying to look for something that isn't too bad as far as delays go. And then this one. Yeah, this is already maxed. Let's get inheritance tax for a sec. Yeah, there's really nothing there. All right, cool. I'm gonna go over to, well, guess we're over here now. I'm gonna go over to policies. And let's see. Wonder if we can get some foreign investment going. This might be pretty good. 0% popularity though, so that's kind of a sad one right there. Yes. So actually, this is pretty popular. Let's see. So home fabrication grants. Support the acquisition of 3D printers, which I'm a fan of, by households to lower dependencies on imports. Everyday products can be repaired by printing spare parts, and new items can be easily manufactured. While some capitalists may argue that this incentive endangers retail brands, with some luck, a new wave of happy self-employed is generated. So this kind of actually goes right in our wheelhouse about, we are trying to do business, we're trying to do self-employed, but we're also doing like the whole America First thing, and like, hey, we don't want your stuff. It doesn't matter if it's, happens to be better, or we just don't produce it or whatever. It's like, no, go away. So we're going to actually implement this. And then I'll come back over here in economy in a sec. But this is going to cost 12, so I'm going to end up with 10. So we'll see what we can still do here. Going to max it out. And it's actually going to help middle income, which is kind of what we want. Middle earnings and self-employed membership. So, foreign relations and international trade are going to suffer. But this is kind of hitting on what we're trying to do here. This is definitely going to be helpful. So I'm going to go ahead and apply here. Leaves me with 10 credits. 10 political capital. Go back to economy for a second. We definitely want to... Man, the implementation time on some of these things is just killer, but... So 3, 4. I could actually do both of these. I think I want to do some things that the people are asking for. So for installing smart meters, people install them into their homes. They save money and the environment at the same time. So I'm guessing environmentalists are going to like this. So maybe that'll help with that Warriors group that's kind of upset with us. It's going to increase efficiency of energy used. It'll take a while to convince everyone of this, and it won't cause miracles, but it'll save lots of energy in the long run and help save nature for our children. And as a bonus, there's a coal version coming out in the next term, I guess. So let's do that. My goodness, 8 quarters. We're going into this for 8 quarters. So let's hope we get reelected. So let's implement this. It's not much, so I'm just going to max it out, hit apply. Kind of come back over here for 1 sec. Yeah, I don't want to do too much of anything here. None of this stuff is really all that great. Yeah, we don't. All right, so last thing I'm gonna do. Let's go ahead and do a Labor Day bank holiday. So this makes Labor Day an official bank holiday, reminding citizens that it's not all about money in our life. So while this will certainly help to increase happiness of working class and everyone who wants to have a good time, it's going to have a slight impact on the economy because wasted day is money lost. But our economy's already in the tank, so, why not have some fun here? So I'm going to go do this. It takes 2 quarters to implement, and 3 political capital, which is going to leave us with 3, and we're not going to do... anything after that, I don't think. Just look at this. We could do that, but I probably won't. All right, so implement this. We're gonna go ahead and max because why wouldn't you? There's basically no cost here, GDP is gonna take a hit, of course. Can it even take more of a hit? It can. I guess it could. It's going negative, so. Socialism and socialists are happy for some reason. I guess days off. So let's go ahead and apply that. And all right, I've got 3 political capital left, and I'm running a nice deficit here. Got a nice debt going, and that's about all I can do to end year 3. So I have 1 question. And let's go ahead and do that. So curb banking bonuses. I always forget about these questions if I don't do them right away. Okay, so there have been calls in the media for government to do something about big bonus payments being made to company CEOs despite failing profits. In cases where companies have failed to make a profit, the government has been asked to force companies to withhold bonus payments from top executives. So we got two basic choices here. We can restrict bonuses, which is like for far too long, the bonus culture amongst CEOs has been left to run out of control. Bonuses are supposed to be a reward for business success, but top bank executives are taking unearned bonuses while cutting staff numbers. Yada, yada, yada. This is kind of a business problem, not a government problem. If their shareholders don't care, then why should government care? So I think we're going to do nothing. But let's see what this says. It's easy to be critical of people earning large salaries and bonuses, but the fact is we live in a globalized world, and top bonuses are needed to attract top talent. This is unnecessary interference by government in the corporate pay structure and will hurt our competitiveness. So, for Make America Great or Die Trying, we need to do nothing. Click. All right, so let's end our turn. See what happens. We're going to avoid real debates again so we can get reelected. So click. All right, so as a tease for next time, unemployment is seriously on the rise. Car company shuts down plant. We've got a global recession. Our poll reports us at 48%. But the Greatikins is up to, it's at 36.7 million members. The Warriors are still a thing. And our cabinet's still loyal and fair. So, all right, hope you've enjoyed this. And next time we are going to start year 4, hopefully not the final year. If you've liked this or any of the videos, please like this video, subscribe to my channel, and tell somebody. I'll talk to you later.